All right, boys, how's everyone doing? I wanted to make this short video for Jeremiah for your question. I think I'm going to post it to everyone because this is like it's a good question you asked. Essentially, his question, for those that didn't see it, is what do you guys think you could charge for just building a landing page for someone? Okay, I'm going to make this video around not just landing pages, but just in general as a whole. Like, how do you come up with pricing for like a service that you don't typically offer, but you could easily offer and just like, deliver and make some extra money. Okay, especially if you're just starting out. If you pitch them SMMA and they're like, look, I don't need this, but I need a landing page. How much would you charge for that? You guys should say yes, because it's easy to do and it's sort of part of your typical service delivery. Like, you would typically have to do a landing page. So it's not like they're not asking you to fucking... Anyways, you guys understand what I'm saying. So you basically have two ways of doing things like that, okay? Whenever like someone comes to you with like a suggestion, wanting to do a service that you're not too familiar with, the best thing you can do, okay, it's pretty simple, is look at competitors. Okay, I did not write that well. Okay, look at your competitors. How much are they charging? What does their service look like? And then you can sort of figure out that way. This is something that, I don't know why it's very much overlooked. I know even us, for our big program, I looked at the competitors, how much they were charging, and it was a lot more than what we did, and I increased the price immediately after I saw it, because I just was like, we offer so much more than them, and they charge fucking 3x our price. I was like, okay, let's just increase our prices as well. So that's what I did. The second thing, which it's not exactly related to what Jeremiah asked, but I do think it's still an important point and something that you guys should be thinking about, is how do you go from your current price to now testing a new price? So exactly what I did, increasing their price. Okay, because it can be scary. Like, imagine you've been closing and pitching people at 1,000 per month or whatever your retainer is, and then like you're like, I feel like I could charge more, and you're wondering, like, how much could I charge? And you're kind of like, you don't want to risk losing a sale by pitching something that's too expensive, but at the same time, you don't want to miss out by charging, let's say, 1.5 when you could have charged 3,000 for your services. Okay, so how do you make that jump from your current price to a new price that's a bit more higher ticket? Number one, again, look at the competitors. If everyone's charging 3,000 per month and you're the only idiot charging 1,000, then you can increase price. Okay, that's already a good sign. You have to be able to deliver at the same level as them to justify the same price? Okay, I think that's obvious. Another way what you can do, which is what I like to do, is there's no harm in just saying the highest number you can in your head. Okay, not highest, but let's say I'm currently charging, where's the texting? 1,000 per month, and I don't know how much more I can charge. Okay, in a perfect world, I would love to charge 5,000. That would be like my dream number. Okay, so let's say I'm not too sure. I talked to a prospect, okay, and he asked me, how much is your services? And let's say I want to charge 5,000, and I'm currently charging 1. Okay, I'm going to tell him our services are $5,000 per month. And then based off his reaction, I can easily see if it's too much, too little, like what's happening in there, okay? Let's say I say it's 5,000. He's like, whoa, that's way too much. I wasn't planning on spending that much money on your services. Like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. If we put price aside, is what I pitched you today, our service, is that what you were looking for? He's like, oh yeah, this is exactly what I want. It's just not the right price. So I'm like, okay, price is the only thing holding you back then. He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, perfect. How much were you planning on spending? Like, in a perfect world, what would be that number? Like, how much was I supposed to say for you to say yes on the spot, so for us to move forward and work together? So like, oh, I don't know, maybe 2,000-3,000 per month. I think that's a bit more realistic. And then from there, you know in your head, okay, I can get him at 2,000 or 3,000 per month. Let's say 2.5. So even though you didn't get your 5,000, you still made a jump from 1 to 2.5, and you validated that people are willing to pay 2.5. Okay, obviously this is just one case. You would have to test it out with more clients just to see if it's a pattern. But from there, it's very easy to sort of justify the price. So you can say some things like, yeah, look, we are a newer company. Typically, we're very fixed on our price, which is 5,000 per month. I understand. Like I just spoke by speaking with you, I see you're serious. I see you want to make this work, and I'm willing to be flexible in my pricing, of course. I can do it at 3,000, all right? But I would need like a decision by the end of the day, just because I'm not supposed to be doing this. And also, if we could include somehow, I'm not going to make it on a contract, but I'll take your word for it. If you could just provide us with like a really good testimonial once we bring in those results, I would really appreciate it, like for the discount and everything, because that testimonial would be worth a lot of money to me. Does that sound like a fair deal to you? And then from there, it's yes. Okay. So you still were able to get a $3,000 per month retainer. Now, don't go crazy and say 50,000 per month and then hoping to get 20K per month. Okay, it's not hard work. You still have to be realistic, but that's how you test new prices. Okay, you can go as high as you want, technically, but you can always drop the price. Okay, many people get scared on the fact like, oh my God, what if I'm charging too much money? I'm like, it's fine. Like if they say it's too much, then you ask them, is it too much money? They're like, yes. How much did you want to pay? That is my go-to close for everything. How much did you want to pay for this? And if they say 3,000, then it can no longer be a price objection because they gave you the number. They said, I was willing to spend $3,000 to work with you. You're like, okay, let's do it. Now, don't just fold and say like, okay, yeah, okay, 3,000 is good. Have some sort of reasoning behind it. Okay, make it make sense for them. So the same way I said, like, look, typically it's 5. We're very firm. If you do make a decision today, because the holidays are coming up, we are doing a discount. You know, you can say something like that. So instead of 5, we can do it at 3. However, I would need a decision by the end of the day, as well as if you could throw in that testimony for me, that would be worth a lot of money for us for future business. So that would be sort of, I would appreciate that, and that would sort of justify the discounted price. Does that make sense? I'll say yes. Okay, so that's how you test price. I made this video longer than I wanted to. I hope this was useful. I'll send it in that in the feed, in the comments, and also in the feed. I'm going to upload it both places. Okay, all right, take care.